Iowa, and there's some great basketball, been some great talls out of there. And so it doesn't surprise me at all that he's got some game. And a nice block there.
Number 5, Eli Williams, up for an attempt, and it's no good. Hilton for 3, no good. Rebound, Warriors.
Yeah, Skolton got a hand on that one.
Eli Williams is going to hand it off to Schramm. Schramm's going to reset the offense for the Warriors back up to Williams, guarded by Colbeck. Colbeck's been a hound dog on defense, but they split the defense, and it's a quick 4-0 ball game, and the press is starting to, the Lynx break it, and Hilton with the bucket.
Nice work there for Hilton to get that quick first step, take it to the hoop with some confidence, and put it in. Lynx are on the board.
Interesting. Both teams setting up a full court press. Actually, the Lynx are going to drop off of it a little bit defensively. Colbeck's going to guard Williams, their point guard, and swinging it back over to the big man for the Warriors, Thompson. They're going to find it with 12. Gilbertson back over to Thompson. Schramm at the top of the key, guarded by Skolton. He's going to drive, throws it up, no good. Turhark with the rebound, and Hilton's going to push it for the Lynx up to Labrie. Labrie to Hilton, fires a second 3 of the game, no good. Rebound by Schramm. They push it, the Warriors push it, and it's no good by Thompson, the big man. Great pass by Williams. Labrie for the Lynx is going to bring it back up the court for Colbeck.
He heard some steps there, I think. I think he heard Gavin coming behind him and short-armed it. Returned with a frustration foul on Gavin there.
And Thompson's going to pick up a quick foul as the Lynx found Turhark underneath, which the Lynx will do a lot in this ball game.
Did you mention, Ken, that with a team going 9 or 10 deep, you anticipate us to be aggressive, knowing that we can always sub in if somebody's a little winded or whatever?
Absolutely. Hilton with the drive. It's just off. Thompson with the rebound. Schramm's going to push it, guarded by Skolton really quick up the court. Resetting the offense, they're going to pass it to Kemmer Schramm up to Gilbertson. Now Williams at the top of the key, guarded by Colbeck, over to Thompson, the center for Washington. And they're going to find Schramm, and it's good.
You know, these teams match up so closely, so evenly. My goodness, I don't see maybe an inch or maybe 2 inches difference on a couple different players, but otherwise the sizes are the same, and there's certainly no strangers to each other.
And Turhark floats one up good. The Lynx really broke the press well there. Turhark with the floater. It is a 7-4 ball game. Williams with a quick crossover, and they're going to call a charge on him as Skolton had position, and that's going to be the second foul on Washington.
Thomas isn't afraid of he's not afraid of contact at all, and did a super job of getting in front there, holding his ground, getting that charge.
The Warriors back up with their full court pressure. Labrie, look at the time clock. They're going to pass it back over to Labrie from Colbeck. They're going to find Hilton for his third 3 of the game, and this one's good. 1 for 3 for Hilton. That ties the ball game 7-7.
By beating the press the way we did, we had numbers and did a nice job of seeing Jackson in the corner. Quickly, a little 2-step, swisheroo.
Schramm up to Gilbertson. The floater is no good. Jackson Hilton with a hustle rebound, and they're going to slow the ball up and reset the offense for the Lynx. Hilton at the top of the key drives. That slowness went to the third gear there, and there goes Hilton. And he's having a big game so far with 7 points.
Incredibly quick to the bucket, and lulled him to sleep a little bit. Brought it up, sorted it out, and used that quick first step to land another 2.
Williams over to Thompson, the 6'6 center for the Warriors. Comes to the free throw line and hits a bucket and then loses, or somebody lost their shoe, and that's going to be Hilton that loses his shoe. That's going to be a good way to substitute for Coach Deckert as he's going to bring in Jackson Deckert, Aiden Lloyd, and I'm looking at that's going to be the 2 that's going to sub in. And we know, Chuck, that Aiden Lloyd came off the bench with 26 points in the last game.
My goodness, that is That is fantastic offensive output from the bench. A lot of times you'll absolutely keep track of bench points. That might be a season in some cases, and he put it all together in one evening.
Exactly. Turhark from the top of the key. He fires a three, no good. He's 0 for 2 from the three. He's got 2 points. Williams is going to push it for the Warriors. Great hustle play by Deckard. He steals the ball. He's looking to push it up to Hilton. He does. Hilton's going to fire his 4-3. It's no good.
That was just a really, really nice play by Deckard and having his eyes up above.
Williams with a quick drive. Beautiful pass by Gilbertson. Nate Gilbertson, number 12, for the Warriors, as the Warriors are going to take the lead 11-9. Full court pressure again by the Warriors. Colbeck's going to try to break it. He does. Gets it over the timeline. And there's an errant pass, and that's what happens on these full court pressures. You got to somewhat take your time, keep your composure, and the Lynx get their turnover there.
Unforced error. We had it beat, and we just kind of sent the pass across to the left-hand side. Our receptor of that pass not seeing it, and it was a little wide. Should be wide right. Warriors ball, and it's 11-9 here with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. So actually moving along very, very quickly. Only 2 fouls for Washington, 1 for the Lynx. So not a lot of not a lot of pausing. A lot of good basketball.
Cambello and Reg into the game for the Warriors. Cambello with the rebound, swings it over to Thompson, over to Williams. Williams been controlling the team from the point guard land, and number 12, Gilbertson's off on the three. The Lynx push it. Deckard up to Colbeck. Colbeck looks underneath. He has nothing. He looks like Aiden Lloyd was popped open, but
maybe he had Aiden there.
It closed quick. Labrie into Turhark, and there's another turnover. Williams is going to push it up to Reg. He's going to fire the three. No good. Gilbertson with the rebound, and let's see what they do.
They're going to keep that here.
The crowd hates it.
They're keeping it here off of Gavin Turhark.
So the crowd doesn't like it. The student section doesn't like it. It's right in front of them, but it's going to be Warriors ball as the Sham, I don't know if they're brothers, but we're going to call them brothers right now, come into the game, number 2 and number 4 with Reg. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Number 30, and Thompson and Cambello.
We added a couple new players too. Ciliuson is in. Cole Ciliuson, number 5. He's a senior. And I think we also, number 32, Peyton Teachin is also in. So to your point, we're working our lineup.
Labrie, the only starter in the ball game, like Chuck just said, and that's going to be a quick foul, and I think it's going to put Aiden Lloyd to the free throw line. That's going to be the first foul on number 22, Thompson, the Warriors center.
Lloyd continues his confidence for the bucket by aggressively driving, drawing contact. Take the throws. Got a chance to tie it up here with $1:11 left in the first quarter.
Fast-paced first quarter. That's
flying.
what happens. That's what happens when you have full court pressure. You think everything's sped up just a little bit. Aiden Lloyd sinks the first one, looking for the second one's good. So we got the Lynx tying it up 11-11 with 1:10 to go in the first quarter. Cambello's going to push the ball up for the Warriors, guarded by Deckard. Hands it over to Thompson. And there is Sham, one of the guards for the Warriors. Back up to the point guard, Cambello finds Sham, number 2.
There's a nice
great
steal.
Defense by Lloyd. Hilton's going to push it, and this is going to be a fast break. And there's Lloyd, no good, but Teachin is under the
great
bucket.
Job on that rebound.
Number 32, Teachin, the junior, comes up big with the rebound, but on the other side, there's a dunk by number 22, Thompson. Boy, are these both crowds, both student sections are just firing off at each other. What a great atmosphere.
Getting after it tonight. It's really, really exciting.
Shot clock is turned off as there's 12 seconds to go. Hilton's going to look to push it. He dribbles. He's double-teamed. Finds Labrie. Quick into Tejan, and it's going to be out on the Warriors. Lynx ball with 6 seconds to go.
Yeah, 6.5 left to go. Move the ball quickly. We're going to get a substitution, too. We're going to get Joe Colbeck in.
Colbeck in for Ciliuson. So you have Colbeck, Tejan, Deckard, Lloyd, and Hilton on the floor for your Lynx. Deckard's going to inbound the ball, and he's going to look for Hilton, doesn't find him. but finds Tejan. He's trapped underneath, and it's going to be out again on the Warriors. Lynx ball.
Got a chance here to, on the scoreboard, Ken, they've got the colors. We're both in yellow right now with a tie. Push it to green here with 4.9 left. Love me some green.
Good point there, Chuck. So now Hilton for a deep three, NBA three, and it's good. And the crowd loves it.
That is
Chuck
awesome.
just talked about, let's put it to the green, and Hilton does for the Lynx, 16-13, the end of the first quarter.
Fantastic work there by the Lynx to come to play point for point most of the way. Junior discipline from Mr. Hilton by dropping the long three ball in there at the buzzer.
Hilton, so far in the first quarter, your leading scorer for both squads with 10 points. Justin Oakland of Oakland Homes is one of your Lynx TV sponsors. Bill Thompson, your State Farm agent. Harry Buck with Hegg Realtors, Alliance Communications, First National Bank of Brandon, the Pizza Ranch of Brandon, the Brandon Community Foundation, the Brandon Valley Journal, Brandon Taco John's, the Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce, the Brandon Valley Athletics Boosters Club, and Sioux Valley Energy. Thank you all.
Yes.
Because you are the reason we're able to bring this game live to you tonight, this big matchup. We all talk about, I know it's not a true Metro Conference in basketball, it's just 11 AA, but it feels like that. We know in football, the Metro Conference, these rivals are just huge.
To have at it.
Sioux Falls to Brandon, and it's so great that Brandon just puts on a good show and a good competitive team. Basketball, football, volleyball, whatever we want to talk about. It's just Brandon athletics are amazing.
It's all things. It's all things. We talk about that in the women's games and the girls' games. It's all things Brandon.
Right.
It's all things Brandon. Great sponsors, great sporting events, non-sports, academics, music, you name it. We've got it all here, including fantastic camera angles from our students tonight running those. Are you kidding me? 2 solid angles that you don't get anywhere else. I watch a lot of basketball. This rivals mid-major college basketball, in my opinion.
I
no
agree.
question.
LeBrie's going to fire for the three. It is off. Sham's going to push it for the Warriors. He's going to find Gilbertson. Gilbertson's going to be guarded by Terhark. Pushes up to Sham, up to Gilbertson. Fires a three. Good. Gilbertson's pretty lethal from the three-point line
5
already in
points
this
so
game.
far. Yeah, the Schramm brothers have been in and out here tonight. And again, the name of the game is pressure. And we did a nice job there, Colbeck. Somebody's open. Skolton.
Over to LeBrie, back up to Colbeck. Colbeck's going to look over to Skolton. Skolton's going to try to reset the offense from the corner of the key. Finds Terhark, no good. But Skolton with a big rebound, he's going to put it back good.
Nice job, Thomas. Staying with it, not giving up on that at all.
Lynx give up the lead for a short period of time here in the second quarter as Williams is going to push the ball up, finds Gilbertson, and it's going to be, Chuck called it, he's up here dancing around, twirling his arms. It's a walk, and that's going to be a turnover for the Warriors.
It's not hard to get excited here. You've got a full gym. You've got you've just got energy from really generation after generation, from the young kids to the adults, the grandparents. It's really, really humbling and rewarding to watch.
It is. And so what just happened on that possession was Jackson Hilton took a three, I believe his 5th of the game. It was off. It's going to be a quick foul on Colbeck. Colbeck's going to pick up his first foul. Williams, the point guard for the Warriors, is guarded by Colbeck. Colbeck, like I said, has been a tremendous defender all year. They're going to find Gilbertson for three again, and that's his second one of the second quarter. He's got 8 points now.
That's the guy you want to guard. 8 points is half the offensive production. Oh, nearly got it, but that should give you numbers. Thomas sizes. Jackson, buckets.
Jackson Hilton from Skolton. That's a great combination we've known all year. Links up 20-19. Williams resets the offense for the Warriors, finds Gilbertson. He's going to fire. He feels it. Fires from deep. No good. Hilton with the rebound. He's going to push the press. Williams guarding him. He breaks that press up to Skolton. Skolton's going to fire a three. No good. Sham with the rebound. He's going to push it. He's going to find Williams. No, he doesn't like Williams, but he pulls up for the jumper. Good.
Secondary break, if you will, there, sort of let the action pass in front of him. Terhark's shot on past, 8-footer bucket. And we are back and forth here, Ken.
It is a fast-paced game,
My
like
goodness.
Chuck just said, as Hilton's going to reset the offense. Coach Deckert wants that to happen. You have Hilton, Terhark, Labrie, Colbeck, and Skolton on the floor, your starting five. Skolton's going to look into Terhark. A lot of teams have been doubling him. They try that, but he breaks the double team, and it's good. 22-21, Lynx over the Warriors. Williams will push the ball up again, the court again on Colbeck. Over to Gilbertson. That's Sham up to Gilbertson, guarded by Terhark. And great move by Gilbertson as he goes up and under.
He is putting some
Terhark.
points in.
He's got 10 points. We're talking about Gilbertson for the Warriors. Labrie breaks the press. I think it's going to be out on number 3, Aguiar, for the Warriors. And I believe we're going to – there's going to be some substitutions.
Yeah, Lloyd's in for us. And looks like number 2, Schramm is in. We have both Schramms playing right now. So, and maybe a little zone going here, huh?
Yeah, they break into a 2-3 zone. It looks like Colbeck's going to try to break it with a drive. Pull-up jumper for the baseline. It's good.
Nicely done, Joe. Nearly got the pass there, too.
Up to Schramm, over to number 4, Schramm, and he's going to be fouled. They're going to call a quick foul. We'll see. It's going to be on Colbeck. That's going to be his second. So Coach Deckert has a decision here in the first half of what to do to Colbeck, and I think they're going to take him out as Deckert's going to go to
Jackson Deckert.
Yep. And the coach's son is going to go right to the scorer's table, and Colbeck's ready to come out.
It's games like this that are really, really close when having that deep and prepared organization that we have here, like next person up. It's a great example of it right now. 4:04 left in the second. You're tied, and we should be able to kind of continue to run the offense as has been.
And Schramm's going to connect on both of them. The Warriors take the lead. They don't get out of this press. They keep on pressing. Deckert's going to reset the offense and break the press. Deckert's been smooth with the ball from the point guard position. Off the bench, he's going to fire a baseline shot. No good. Gilbertson with the rebound up to Williams. And they're going to find Thompson over to Schramm, and it's good. The lefty, number 2. And that's going to be Kemmer Schramm for 3.
The 5'10 senior buries it, and all of a sudden the Warriors have a 4-point lead. 3.5 left in the second quarter. It was 16-13 for your Lynx, so we took the first quarter point, if you will, but the second one right now is in the hands of the Warriors. If you're an old CBA basketball fan, we talk about quarter points.
Right.
All right.
Lloyd up to Hilton. Hilton with 10 points in this ball game already. He's going to drive, puts up a floater. I almost said good out, but it was good.
It explored the space. It absolutely covered the entire rim and good.
Sorry, he's got 14 points. He had 12.
Nice.
Labrie, guard Schramm up to Thompson.
Ken, doesn't this feel like a game that like the records are kind of out the window just a little bit? Because my gosh, these guys are getting after it.
They are. Schramm for 3, no good. But Thompson with the big effort rebound, and he was actually held by Aiden Lloyd. That's going to be a foul on Aiden Lloyd. I believe that's going to be his first. We got substitutions coming in as Tejan's going to come in for Terhark. So on the floor right now for your Lynx, it's going to be Deckert, Labrie, Lloyd, Hilton, and Tejan. Williams inbounds for the Warriors, gets it over to Thompson.
Tough shot.
Labrie with a big rebound. Guarded by Williams. Williams has been really good on defense, but almost too good right there. He's going to pick up the foul.
Overly aggressive on that. No reason to be reaching right at that point. Picks up team foul number 4. We're not shooting with that yet, but just one step closer to the bonus.
Lloyd inbounds the ball underneath to Tejan, and it's going to be off on the Warriors.
Here. No, we're staying here. I'm sorry, yeah, that's what you said. Yeah. I actually had in my mind it was off of us, and we're going the other way. So you are right, Ken. Staying with
the Lynx.
With us, yeah. And it looks to me like Lloyd's taking it out.
Lloyd over to Labrie. Nope, he doesn't find him underneath. Resets the offense with Deckard. Deckard's going to look for Tejan, doesn't find him. He's going to dribble at the top of the key over to Labrie, your 2 guard for the Lynx. Deckard back over to Labrie. Labrie looks at a shot, no good. Gets a good pick from Tejan, fires it, no good.
That's a really good look for Jackson. Unable to make it go in and out. We're still within 2, though. D up here.
Schramm into Thompson, guarded by Tejan. Thompson's been good, but that's going to be off the mark. Doesn't draw any iron, and he's hearing it from the student section. Hilton with a drive, a spin, and he's going to be fouled. Great move by Hilton. We talked about Hilton having 14 points. He's really, the thing with Jackson, and I've seen a little bit of evolvement out of Jackson through this year, is that if he's not really hitting from the three-point line, he'll start driving.
Okay.
And sometimes that's what that's going to do to the mental part of what Jackson needs to become here, and he's a great ball player, is if that's not dropping those threes, and he's 1 for 5 right now from the three-point line, drive. You have the ability. You have everything in your power to drive, and he does, and he's doing that tonight.
Yeah, that's a great example there. Don't get frustrated about your entire game. Go to what works. In this case, there's no question that the speed in the first step has been beneficial. He does have 1 long 3 tonight, but even more importantly, those drive buckets and those free throws, that's going to bode well the rest of the game.
Exactly. Hilton with the 16th point. He buries both of them from the free throw line as it is tied up here in the first half. Schramm looks for Gilbertson, but great defense. And I know we're pointing out Jackson Hilton quite a bit here, but usually what Coach Decker does, he puts Hilton on their best player, and Gilbertson so far has been their best player.
Those 2 guys are battling it out on the scoreboard. They're battling it out for a rebound now, and Jackson wins.
Hilton with the rebound, like Chuck said. He's going to bring it up the court. He's going to be guarded by Schramm. He resets the offense as Coach Deckert wants him to do. Up to Deckert, finds Tierhardt. Great pass by Skolton.
High-low bucket, Gavin Tierhardt.
And you know Skolton can do that from the quarterback position to the basketball court, and that's good.
1 minute left in the quarter here, Ken, and a chance to D up here. We're on the good side. We're up by 2.
Up to Schramm, and he's going to be guarded by Tierhardt. And they are trying to bury this clock a little bit as the shot clock goes down. I think it was deflected by Tierhardt.
You bet it
Great
was.
Defense. Hilton with the pickup turnover. They push the ball. Finds Tierhardt. Tierhardt with the great jumper off the backboard. Good. Tierhardt with 8 points in this ball game. Him and Hilton leading the Lynx right now with 16 and 8 points.
That's 24 of your 32, 2/3. And the clock is at the point now we are shot clock off, so playing 4-1. Kimmer Schramm at the top of the key. He's going to move it at 10 seconds.
Finds number 20, and that's going to be Taj Tubles. He's going to drain it. Skolton's going to push it up. Lynx up by 2. And the clock runs out. The Lynx are going to be up by 2 end of this first half, going into halftime with a big, big battle. I mean, this thing is flying up and down the court, and I'm sure you're hearing it in our voices. It's hard to even keep up, and we're doing our best. But this is, like we talked about, it's that Metro feel. It's the rival.
It's a rival feel.
There's a big rival, and Chuck talked about right before the game started is that an alumni and a former coach for the Warriors was a former coach for Coach Decker.
That's exactly right. Craig Nelson, I believe, began his coaching career here. I think he played for Northern State, and he ended up here, probably 10 years ago. I suppose he was on the staff here. And so, yeah, there's lots of – I remember my kids going to shooting camp with him when they were young. So he definitely was – and I believe is still around the community too. So lots of familiarity between these players. They see each other on the track. They see each other on the football field, or they see each other in baseball. There is no nothing is unknown, and it proves out here. You've got a game where your 4-5 Washington Warriors come into the Cat House, Brandon, at 8-2. And it's 32-30, right? It's just a back and forth type game. turnovers were a little bit of a challenge, but that's going to come in with high pressure defense.
It is, and you saw a lot of full court pressure. We haven't seen it out of the Lynx, which we haven't seen a lot this year from Coach Deckard. So he's trying to match what they're doing, and this is a tight ball game, and sometimes you got to change it up. You saw that the Warriors went into a 2-3 defense. So you're seeing the chess match going right now, and I believe First National Bank, I could be wrong, but they presented a check of $3,500 to a fund of $64,547. I don't know quite what it's for, but I know it's contributing to the Lynx. I think it's that card that we talk about that you can use with the checking account, and I don't know the full details, so I won't go into it.
But we know that one of our sponsors, First National Bank, was very involved, and you're right. It could be some sort of a loyalty card and a contribution card for Brandon Valley Athletics and events. And you're watching some seniors shoot some throws here. You know, one thing, Ken, that we talk about on the girls' games quite often is just the overwhelming support of faculty, of administration, of Commissioner Marceau and Lynx TV, people like Harry Buck in the community. Our teachers, for goodness gracious. I mean, I just can't think of a better place for our kids to learn and grow and develop.
And to be honest with you, Chuck, I mean, when I moved to this city about 11 years ago, and I was so surprised. I came from a small town of about 300, and we didn't have boosters clubs back then. We just didn't. It was you had one big sponsor, and that's how everything was sponsored
everything,
in the school.
That's right.
But this booster club is second. I don't even know. I can't even say that. It is the best I've ever seen.
It's unbelievable, and it goes in so many facets. Good. Todd and I talk a lot about the band. You know, band's got a semi-trailer parked outside to load up all their instruments and all their equipment and put on their great programs. The support for the community is unmatched. You know what? 6.5 minutes left in half. Ken, do you want to let them enjoy a little music here a second?
Yeah, we will. We'll take a break and go ahead and listen to the Lynx Marching Band.
Nothing better than some Chicago. Enjoy it. any way you want to put those on. Anyway, there you go. Hi, Jill.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going great. We're so excited to have you here.
Thank
This
you.
is Jill from the Brandon Valley Journal.
Hello, Lynx fans.
Awesome. I mean, you are no stranger to these people because
No.
they see you at each and every event, taking pictures and putting out a fantastic piece of work every single week for us.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
So what's going on in your world?
Well,
the floor is yours.
I tell you what, the Brandon Valley Journal is sponsoring a concert by the United States Air Force Band.
Serious?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's on Sunday, February 9th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon right here at the high school in our beautiful Performing Arts
at
Center.
the PAC. Well, nice going,
Yeah.
Jill. You said it was the Air Force Band?
It's a 6-piece brass band called the
really?
Offutt Brass. And they contacted us, asked if we would love to host them here in our beautiful city. And so I want to invite everybody out. This is a free concert.
That's great.
Yeah, we have tickets at the Journal, and there are also tickets available online at eventbrite.com.
Okay.
But I tell you what, you don't even need a ticket to get in. It's free.
You know,
folks,
this fits right in with what we talk about, the excellence that we experience here in between Brandon and Valley Springs. We were just talking about that, from athletics to music to speech to academics to facilities to just kind of all things we do, community.
Yeah.
And so
that's what
this
it's all
adds
about.
to it. What a great place to live and what a
Yeah.
great opportunity to do something a little bit different, to
It
see
is.
some world quality and world caliber musicians
Yeah.
right here in our beautiful
Yeah.
PAC.
Not only are they going to entertain us, but we can thank them for their service.
Yes,
obviously.
isn't that the truth? It's a double win. Boom, boom.
The
Well,
second thing is I'm also part of the Ed Polzine Wild Game Feed Committee,
Uh-huh.
and we have our one and only big event coming up this Saturday night
Oh,
down
boy.
at the Brandon VFW.
Oh, yes, I know the place well.
I tell you what, this is one of the premier wild game feeds. This is our 36th year.
Is
doing
that
this.
right?
I have not been here all 36 years.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
implying you've been at all of them.
No. This got started by a man by the name of Ed Polzine.
Okay.
And for those Brandon folks that are long-termers, he had the Brandon Iron Cafe years
Okay.
ago, and I know anybody that went there knows exactly who I'm talking
You bet.
about. But what we do is the funds that we raise from this wild game feed is we give money back to local kids that have been impacted with cancer or other
Wow.
illnesses that nobody really wants to have.
No,
And
those are so
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of raffles. We've been out busy collecting donations for raffles, and
Okay.
we've got Pay What You Pull, a great Traeger grill or smoker. I
Yeah,
can't believe it.
Hey, anytime you talked about meats, prepared meats, let's do it. I'm
Yeah,
all over that.
yeah,
And that's
so
Saturday night, right?
Saturday night, it's donation at the door, and we want to have you all there because we'd love to have. We can't get any more in the building.
That is great. And it's a wonderful event. This Saturday night, Wild Game Feed, February 9th.
February 9th.
We've got a concert at the PAC from the Offutt Brass
Offutt
Ensemble,
Brass,
which I'm
2
guessing is
o'clock.
probably Offutt Air Force Base from Omaha. So that is, wow, two
Yeah.
great opportunities. Jill, thanks so much.
Hey, thanks
and
for
we're,
taking me at this
hey,
last
we're
minute.
glad to have you here, and I just want to make sure that everyone remembers that the Brandon Valley Journal, 11 sports every week, easy way to get a subscription. Todd Long always talks about it, 605-582.
$99.99.
That's it. That's it. Thanks so much,
Perfect,
Jill.
thanks.
See ya. And we're going to be back with you now for the second half. That was great.
All right.
Impromptu community updates, and just really points that we want to reinforce as another reason to occupy Brandon and another reason to make yourself involved here. Second half is just getting ready to start. Ken's putting a few things together now, and we'll give you our starters, I believe, just shortly. Thanks again for joining us on Lynx TV. I am Chuck Sjogren. He's Ken McEwen. And yes, no, I'm not on the girls' game. Tonight we're doing the boys. And I'm giving Ken a breather because he did a yeoman's job of just nailing that first half. Lots of talking because there was lots of action, man.
It was. So your leading scores coming out of halftime are Hilton with 16 for the Lynx, Tierhawk with 8. I believe Gilbertson has 12. The Warriors are going to start with the ball in the second half. Lynx up 32-30, and that was such a fast-paced first quarter. It went by so fast. We'll see what this second half does.
Well, it starts right off with a bucket there for
Thompson.
For Thompson, yep.
Number 22, Thompson, he's got 6 points and 2 fouls for the Warriors.
We're tied up. Yeah, it's whatever adjustments need to be made. Warriors came right down, scored 2.
Turhark with a great spin move. It's going to be off. He might have been fouled underneath. They won't call it. And it's going to be Schramm from the baseline, the lefty. He's been really good tonight. He's got 8 points, and he's going to put up that bucket, make it, and the Warriors are going to take the lead.
You know, Schramm did a nice job there. The band was just dispersing behind him. He had woodwinds and the brass section and you name it kind of walking around him. Nailed it. Nailed a 15-footer, and there were people scattering everywhere. Makes it 34-32.
Colbeck finds Labrie, guarded by Gilbertson. Colbeck finds Skolten. Back over to Hilton. Looks for a shot. He's guarded by Schramm. Double team now by Williams. And Colbeck's going to have to fire before the shot clock. It's no good. The shot clock buzzer did not go off. And Schramm's going to be fouled by Turhark at the other end. The Warriors coaching staff does not like that at all, as that the shot clock was at 0 before Colbeck shot it.
It's not as loud as you would expect. I thought maybe I heard a little light buzz, but we got to be aware of that. That was really close.
Especially in this type of ball game,
Every
matters.
possession matters, Ken.
Absolutely.
There's no question that this is going to come down to it could come down to the last possession.
Absolutely.
So the last team standing.
Gilbertson's going to reset the offense up to Schramm. Schramm over to Williams. Colbeck guarding him over to Schramm. They're going to find Thompson. He's guarded by Turhark, and Chuck just said it, traveling.
Yeah, he pump faked and shuffled. Pump and shuffled. Perfect for the dance floor. Perfect for a waltz. Not good on the basketball court. Turnover.
And that goes to a lot of what Turhark does underneath. That 6'8" frame is really hard to shoot over. Hilton resets the offense, guarded by Schramm. For your Lynx, over to Colbeck. Looks for a screen, doesn't have it. Labrie sets a screen for Skolten, pops open, doesn't find anything. Tries to find Turhark. Errant pass. Thompson with the turnover. Up to Williams. He trips. Finds Thompson. And then finds Schramm. He's going to be fouled. No.
That's the second charge tonight that Thomas Skolten has picked up.
He is a hard-nosed player, isn't he? We know Thomas Skolten, what he brings to the court and he brings to the football field. We touched on it a couple times.
He's going to bring it to the Augie Vikings next fall too.
That is true. As the full-court pressure is set up by the Warriors, Aiden Lloyd into the ball game for the Lynx, along with Jackson Deckert. Over to Colbeck.
Don't mean to interrupt you there, Ken, but you could hear Coach Deckert say, go. You have a chance with numbers, and he wants them to accelerate through that. If they break the press, beat them to it.
Absolutely. Schramm for 3, no good. Big rebound from himself. That's just a hustle play, but another hustle play by Jackson Deckert, and he's going to be fouled by number 4. That's going to be Dagen Schramm. As you hear Schramm, Schramm, Schramm a lot, that's the
we got a pair.
They play what the Warriors do is their offense is set by about I think it's hard to recognize it, but 3 guard. They kind of go a 3 guard play with the 2 Schramms and Williams. Lynx ball. Labrie's going to take over at point guard. Finds Turhark. And Hilton cutting underneath the basket, doesn't find him. Back up to Labrie. Labrie's setting the offense again, guarded by Gilbertson. And up to Deckert. Deckert's going to reset the offense for the Lynx. Doesn't find anything. He's guarded by Williams. Over to Labrie. Labrie's going to drive on Gilbertson, doesn't find anything, but he finds Lloyd. Lloyd drives, doesn't have anything. Also great defense by the Warriors. And that's what happens when you play really good defense. But Lloyd... Oh, and the crowd does not like it. A big hustle play by Aiden Lloyd.
It felt to me like that went off of Kambalo, and there's no question if we were awarding it exclusively on hustle, Aiden had that. He came all the way across court. Live ball, he wanted it. and just about got it.
Kambalo in the game, like Chuck said, for the Warriors. He's going to find Thompson, and Thompson's going to hit it. Thompson, I believe, with 8 points in the ball game.
Good call, Canyon. That was an easy up and under. Lynx are now down 4. Might be as far as we've been down all night, so a chance to timeout for Coach Deckert.
Timeout Lynx is, I believe it's going to be a 30-second timeout, so it'll be a quick one. So far underneath, you have Terhark and Thompson going at each other, and they both have 8 points, so they're matching up really well this evening. Your Lynx TV sponsors are as follows: Justin Oakland of Oakland Homes, Bill Thompson, your State Farm agent, Harry Buck with Hegg Realtors, Alliance Communications, the First National Bank, the Pizza Ranch, the Brandon Community Foundation, the Brandon Valley Journal, you just heard from Jill Meyer, and Brandon Taco John's, Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce, the Brandon Valley Athletics Boosters Club, and Sioux Valley Energy.
Thank you so much to those sponsors who make this possible. And you know what, Ken? We've got community people watching the games. We've got grandparents and aunts and uncles and siblings off at college. We've got people around the country that tune in. I would venture to say maybe even around the world to watch this go. And they watch Jackson Hilton and won.
Great
Boom.
Play designed by Coach Deckert and his staff as Aiden Lloyd with a great pass, but
they're going to wave that off.
Call the offensive foul.
That was well executed by Hilton. Courageous call from the official because most of the place felt that it was a block.
Boy, Campbell's having a hard time with Jackson Deckert. He is guarding him well. Over to Williams. Thompson doesn't find it either. Thompson's going to put it back up. No good. Labrie with the rebound.
Yeah, Thompson had 2 chances there.
Tried
to dunk and then missed a bunny.
Over to Deckert, back up to Labrie. Gets a screen from Lloyd. Resets the offense into Terhark, double team. Great find by Terhark, but it's going to be.
They're going to call 3 seconds.
Coach Deckert, you can see on your screen right now, folks, he does not like that call. The last 2 calls have went against the Lynx, and the fans and the coaching staff do not like it. It is a 36-32 ball game. Warriors over the Lynx. And Campbello, he's going to push the ball up for the Warriors, guarded by Deckert.
You know what, Ken? The frustrating part of that is those were 2 buckets. Those were 2 executed buckets that came off the board.
Williams guarded by Lloyd, puts it up, no good. And Tejan with the big rebound. He comes off the bench and grabs a big rebound
right
over
away.
to Lloyd.
Nice job.
Jackson Deckert will reset the offense. The Warriors back off the press. Guarded by Gilbertson. Resets the offense for the Lynx, and that is your point guard Deckert. He's going to swing it over to Lloyd. Finds Tejan, great pass, but even better defense from Thompson. Back up, but Tejan regains possession. Over to Hilton. He's guarded by Schramm. Shot clock at 3, 2, 1. Puts it up. No good. Williams with the rebound. And a quick pass up to Thompson. It's good. The Warriors gained a 6-point lead on the Lynx, and I think that's their biggest lead of the ballgame.
Yeah, what happened there was Jackson, they had a mismatch on him with Thompson out to take his jumper. After he shot it, he just took off down court. So with the miss, they had a deep outlet, and it scored.
And that changes everything as Jackson Labrie hits a big 3, the senior
First
guard.
3 points of the game tonight.
It is, but it's a
big one.
Those are big points here
Absolutely
in the third quarter.
Cuts that lead in half, 38-35 with just a little under 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
Schramm over to Cabello. They find Thompson. Thompson's been a monster in the second half. He's now got 12 points in the ball game as the Lynx are going to push the ball up. It is a 5-point ball game.
It's Washington's had a little spark here. They came off immediately out of halftime with down 32-30 and put 2 in and have not stopped.
Lloyd from 3. It's no good. Schramm with a great pass over to Williams. It's good. You've seen just a little bit more hustle from the Warriors in the second half, and I think that's a difference. We've really had a problem kind of trying to break this press a little bit in the second half, And I like the timeout that's called right there by Coach Deckert. He is not happy with the refs, and I'm not going to blame him.
Yeah,
at
there's
all.
the physicality of the physicality on the point. Our guys are being bumped all the way up and down the court. I think the timeout was less about a break for our players and more an opportunity for Coach Deckert to have a conversation with the guys with the stripes.
And, no matter how the refs are calling the game, you still got to play the game.
Right.
And that's what you got to communicate as a coach to your players. Also, slow it down. We don't have to be – don't let the press make you go 100 miles per hour.
It doesn't have to dictate our
down.
game. We are talented enough to effectively move it, and then once we break it, then you can attack. And we've had some examples with some easy buckets in that case. But don't get frenzied. To your point, Ken.
Yeah.
Don't get frenzied.
Exactly. Just slow it down. Run your offense. Let the offense work. The starters back in for the Lynx, and that's going to be Labrie up to Colbeck, finds Terhark, and they set the offense and they get a quick bucket out of the timeout.
Nice. Very, very, very nice. Back within 5 with just a little under a minute to go. So there's a chance for another possession for the Lynx. Get a hold here, put up another bucket, and make it close. Oh, it's a size 13 there from Colbeck.
And it's going to reset the shot clock, I believe. Maybe not. 49 seconds to go.
Normally you would think it would, but maybe in the high school game it doesn't.
49 seconds to go in the third quarter. Gilbertson's going to reset the offense for the Warriors. And timeout Warriors, they're going to reset the offense. I do like Chuck, though, out of that timeout. And it's going to be a full timeout here by the Warriors. But I do like what Coach Deckert did out of that timeout. He went back to Terhark, and I think a lot of the offense runs, and it has all year, ran through Terhark and let Terhark work, let the double teams collapse onto him, kick it out and find somebody. But Terhark with a big, big bucket there. Also
nice
what we
hook.
saw coming out of that timeout, the last timeout, was Coach Deckert gave the Warriors a little bit of their medicine, put the full court pressure on that they've been doing all game. So what I love about being a coach myself is watching the chess match that's going on between these two coaches is amazing. I know that we're all engulfed into what the players are doing, but that chess match on that sideline is amazing tonight.
It feels like it's a litmus test. The first 3 quarters here have really been about what can I do, what not only what works for my team, but sort of what can I get away with? What are the parameters? We're letting them play physically and aggressively. That's something that we in Coach Deckert and Silliason and those guys are all saying, okay, we can up our aggression now in the fourth quarter, into the third, and into the fourth, just simply because they are letting them play. Take what you learned and apply it.
And the Warriors do not look like the number 9 seed at I believe 4 and 5, right?
Yeah, 4 and 5 and sitting in the 9 seed right now.
They don't look like that type of team to me.
A lot of basketball to be played yet this year, and lots of things are going to shake out. Their losses this year have been in the city, inter-city rivalry games.
Thompson again, big defense.
Jump ball.
It's going to be a jump ball. That's probably a good call because they did hang up there. But great defense by Terhark. We talked about, Chuck, about Gannon Thompson, the 6'6 center for the Warriors. He's been tremendous in the second half. He's got 12 points, but that's a big defensive play by Terhark.
That was a great defensive play. It not only turned over the ball, but it shut that shot clock off. We are going to get the last shot of the third quarter here, down 5.
Colbeck resets the offense over to Labrie, guarded by Gilbertson. They reset the offense, try to find Hilton, don't find him, up to Skolton. Back over to Colbeck. They're looking for Terhark again. Here comes a triple team, and they find Jackson Labrie. We just talked about it. It's no good. Thompson with the big rebound. But we talked about, Chuck, before that quarter ended, that what defenses are trying to do to the Lynx is anytime they go into Terhark, that double, and we saw a triple team right there, and it kicks out, it's up to the guards or whoever's shooting the 3 to really bury those buckets, because that's what's going to open up Terhark. Vice versa, if we start hitting those 3s, those outside shots, they're not going to be able to double team.
No, they got to keep them honest. And that was a good look. That was an in and out look. No complaints from me on that. Triple team does mean it. Then two people are open. Two people are open.
Great vision. Great
Mm-hmm.
vision by Terhardt, because that's a lot of mess that's coming at
that's
you.
a lot. Yeah, and granted, he's up there. He's up there in rare air, so he can look over a lot of things. But hands are up, arms are up. They're jumping around. That was a 12-5 quarter for Washington.
Yeah, and Thompson was the catalyst to it
Yeah, he
all.
sure was.
We saw a lot of what Gilbertson did in the first half. He's really quiet in the second half.
He has been.
So far in the third quarter.
Here comes Thompson.
And Thompson just starts going at it, and Thompson's got 2 fouls. The one thing about Terhardt, and we keep on pointing about Terhardt, but I think he's really one of the main focuses of the offense, is he's only got 1 foul. And that's kind of what Coach Deckard, I'm sure, is try to do all season. Is sometimes, even last year and sometimes this year, he's gotten early foul trouble, and he's not in that right now in the fourth quarter.
Makes a world of difference having Gavin out there the entire game. 1 foul right now shouldn't be a problem. He should make the entire game, and he's been a difference maker in there. This is a tall Warriors squad, and he's been able to neutralize a couple of things. Certainly play with them. Good support from Teachin down low at the same time when he does come out, but we can expect him to be here for most of the quarter.
Williams with a great pass to Thompson. Thompson with his 14th point. As the Warriors are going to drop off their press there, Labrie is going to bring the ball up for the Lynx. He does. Up to Terhardt from Skolton, back over to Skolton, sets the pick for him, up to Colbeck. Colbeck finds Labrie, guarded by Schramm. And they're trying to get it into Terhardt. They do finally get it in, and no double team, but they're going to call a charge. He lowered his shoulder, and Coach Deckard doesn't like that call either. It can go either way there. It's kind of an iffy call. You just don't know. But it could have been a really good defensive play by Thompson, too. We'll give it up to him there.
It was, and they were, Terhardt was preparing to dish across to send it across for that jumper again. Elected to go to the hoop and pick up foul number 2 to go with his 10 points.
7-point ball game. Warriors up right now early in the fourth quarter. Big defensive play. That's going to be a jump ball. You could have called travel too, but they're going to call it a jump ball. Possession goes to the Lynx. Great defensive play again by Turok on the defensive side of the ball.
With the possession arrow going our way. Yeah, rock solid turnover there. Travel would have worked too. We'll take it. And with 6.5 left to go, a bucket here, a 3-ball gets you within 4. We threw that one off the rim.
And that's almost a forced play by Skolton, as Terhardt was not ready. And are they going to call the same thing they do over there? So really what the refs are doing is they're really calling, to me, somewhat, it's a fair game. It's close. It's tight. They know the magnitude of this game.
I think they do, and they're trying to keep her under control because it was starting to get physical.
Right.
Starting to get physical. That's Thomas's third. I think that's his third charge taken tonight.
Terhardt with a big 3.
Yeah, Gavin. Love it.
That will push that center out to guard him, and that opens up everything if you can hit a 3.
Then you're able to be open for a Hilton slash or something else like that. That's exactly right.
Labrie guarding Schramm. He doesn't find it. Good defense by Labrie. Overall defense. This has been a defensive game too. It's a low-scoring game so far in the fourth quarter. Schramm over to Gilbertson's going to find Williams, guarded by Labrie, and he finds Thompson. Thompson drives.
Another
big block by Terhardt. Terhardt's making a big, massive
He is
plays
making
in this ball
noise.
game.
Absolutely making noise in the middle there. Blocks and over and over again, tying them up, jump balls. Terhardt's making his presence felt in the fourth quarter.
Labrie
and it is 3-ball. Labrie.
Last 2 possessions from Terhardt from 3, Labrie from 3. It is a tight ball game. It is a 1-point ball game here in Brandon, South Dakota, and there's going to be a timeout.
Get the TO, Coach
from
Nelson.
The Warriors.
Get the TO, and that's a good timeout for Nelson to pull his team together, take a breather. What was a 5-point lead is now 1, and still 5:15 to play.
Defensively, you've seen what the Lynx have done in the fourth quarter is they've really tightened up on defense.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, and they're not giving those free looks anymore. We talked about Gilbertson for the Warriors having a great first half, but ever since, and I know we pointed it out, Chuck, in the second quarter, late in the second quarter, what they did defensively, and this goes on the coaching staff, is they put Jackson Hilton on him, and he's been scoreless since then.
That's a good call, Ken. To start the third quarter, Washington had a quick first bucket, and that was kind of more of the same. Tides have turned. 2 big shots in a row. Momentum resides with the Lynx right now.
Great coaching going on, too. Hats off to both of these staffs. This is just a fun game. You've seen so many mix matching of pressure, zoning, doing different things. It's just
inside, outside, disciplined offense really on both. Still only 3 fouls apiece right now. So the reality is they're playing inside their game. Not sloppy, not foul ridden, keeping it in the O on off the free throw lines right now. It's just a lot of fun.
Hilton, I believe Hilton leads both squads with 16 points. Terhark's got 13. And on the other side, you have Thompson with 14 and Gilbertson with 12. Williams is going to set up the offense for the Warriors. He's going to find Gilbertson. Gilbertson guarded by Jackson Hilton. Over to Williams, guarded by Colbeck. And Jackson Deckard and Aiden Lloyd into the game for the Lynx. Williams going to drive on Colbeck. Colbeck with great defense alters the shot. Lynx ball.
Yeah, that's going to be a foul. It's going to be a push foul on Dagan Schramm. Shoved off on Hilton. It's not going to stop Washington's defensive philosophy. Well, they are going to peel back now. They're not. They're up in what I would call a trapping defense.
Colbeck's going to try to break the press. He does, finds Hilton. The Lynx are going to set up the offense with Hilton at the point guard. Guarded by Williams, Lloyd, Deckard, Terhark, and Hilton drives. No good, but it's going to be a quick foul. I don't believe he was shooting.
No, they're going to have Williams on the floor.
And so that's a big foul for the Warriors coaching staff, because that's going to be number 4 on Williams, and Williams has really controlled the game from the point guard position for the Warriors.
He has been the catalyst, right? He is the playmaker.
Hilton.
Speaking of playmakers, Lloyd to Hilton, right?
Yep. 2. Lloyd to Hilton with a quick slash underneath the basket, and that's going to be Hilton's 18th point of the ball game. The Warriors reset the offense from Schramm to Gilbertson, guarded by Hilton. Hilton's really locked him down the last 2.5 quarters. And he did it again.
8-2 run. Hilton has shut down Gilbertson and just hit the bottom of the backboard with that. Absolutely flustered.
Colbeck pushes the ball for the Lynx. Up to Hilton, resetting the offense again.
They're clearing out for Jackson.
Schramm guarding him. Jackson puts it up. Purdy, he was bodied. Could have been a foul, but Terhark gobbles it up with the rebound, puts it back in. Lynx up by 3.
Backside rebound for Gavin Terhark. Yeah, you had a lot of physicality there and a no call for Hilton. Hustle play for Terhark on the backside gets him 2 more, takes him to 15 points, gets a timeout for Coach Nelson. 3:39 left in the fourth quarter. Good guys up.
30-second timeout for the Warriors. You saw Coach Nelson call 2 quick timeouts.
Yeah, he's feeling the slipping just a little bit. Scoreboard still only 3 points, but momentum is definitely in our favor. Ken, I just want to give you quick updates on our sponsors. They are platinum level sponsors, absolutely no question, and they include Sioux Valley Energy, the Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce, the Brandon Valley Athletic Boosters, the Brandon Valley Journal, Taco John's, the Pizza Ranch, the Brandon Community Foundation, Alliance Communications, First National Bank, Justin Oakland of Oakland Homes, Harry Buck with Hague Realtors, and Bill Thompson, your State Farm agent. Thank you so much to our sponsors for making this real.
Absolutely. On the floor for the Lynx to come out of the timeout with 3:39 to go. Lynx up by 3 is going to be Colbeck, Lloyd, Hilton, Terhark, and Deckard. Williams sets the offense up for the Warriors. They looked at a travel, they didn't call it. Schramm throws one up. Big rebound by Terhark here, clears it out, finds Deckard.
Washington's going to tighten that screw a little bit more. They're going to try to lock in even harder on their prevent defense, if you will, on their pressure defense. Good look for Terhark. Nobody home on the rebound, though.
And Gilbertson with the rebound puts it up to Schramm. Finds Thompson, guarded by Terhark. Great pass by Thompson to Gilbertson. And that's going to be Gilbertson's 12th point of the ball game. His first 2 points in the last, I would say, 2.5
Yeah, Jackson
quarters.
Hilton fell asleep there. And now they're going to get him stepping out of bounds. Yeah, Jackson fell asleep, and Gilbertson made him pay.
Back into the ball game for the Lynx. They're going to go with their starting 5. It's going to be Terhark, Labrie, Hilton, Colbeck, and Skolton. And like Chuck said, it's unforced error right there. Didn't need to happen, but it did happen.
Now you shake it off.
Williams is going to reset the offense for the Warriors.
You shake it off and you make a hustle play right there.
Joe Colbeck, the
Colbeck.
senior, comes
Giddy
up big.
up.
Labrie.
That's a huge play, Joe Colbeck. That's a reach foul from behind. They'll call that on Kemmerschram, I believe.
So that's going to be team foul number 6.
And first foul on Kemmer.
For the Warriors, as Skolton's going to inbound for the Lynx.
2.5 left in the fourth here.
Finds Colbeck. Colbeck guarded by Schramm. And they switch on defense. Both Schramm brothers switch on defense to find Hilton. Hilton drives, guarded by Thompson. Great move.
That's a great move. We are clearing out to use Jackson Hilton's speed, and he is delivering.
He is. He grabs his 20th point of the ball game. He leads both squads.
He just has too much speed for Thompson.
Williams tries to find Gilbertson. He does. Almost stolen by Hilton, but Williams
Nice.
drains the 3, and that ties it up.
That was a gutsy three-point shot. Williams, bucket, tied, 1:42 fourth quarter.
Colbeck, guarded by Williams, finds a screen from Terhark. Finds Terhark. No good from 3. It's going to be Warriors ball, and it's a 49-49 ball game. What a great ball game we have tonight.
I think if we get a chance to bring that one back down again, let's clear out and let Jackson go to the hoop again. I think we're going to get a chance for that. 1:28 left in the fourth quarter. I expect Washington to run quite a bit of clock here.
Williams guarded by Colbeck. He's going to find Thompson back over to Schramm. Guarded by Skolton over to Schramm. Finds Williams. He drives. Terhark with a good defensive stand there and a great rebound. And he's going to be fouled underneath.
That's a huge foul. That's a huge foul because that is the 5th foul for Eli Williams, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. 9 points and 5 fouls for Eli. Playmaker out for Washington. Playmaker.
That is Chuck just said it perfectly. Williams has been the catalyst. He's been the point guard. He's got 9 points, but he picks up his 5th foul, so he's going to have to go to the bench. And it looks like they're going to bring in Camballo,
Yep.
number 1, the backup point guard. But more importantly, what it's going to do, it's going to put Terhark to the line.
That's ideally 2 strong free throws. Eli Williams, he just hit a huge shot, and now you're putting a lot of pressure on Camballo, who I don't know if he's even taken one this evening yet. So something to think about if it comes into play. Right now, your Lynx have a chance to go off the yellows and head to the greens with 2 free throws for Gavin Terhark.
And Terhark's been really, really good from the free throw line. And with 1:08 to go in the ball game, and when it's tied, free throws means everything.
Nicely done. Nice.
He sinks the first one, Lynx up by 1.
16 big ones for Gavin tonight.
Terhark doesn't connect on the second one. It's a 1-point ball game as Schramm grabs the rebound over to Camballo, the new point guard.
1 minute in the game.
Over to Kemmerschram, back up to Thompson. He doesn't like the 3. He hasn't taken one all night. He's the center. Over to Schramm. Back to Camballo.
What a play for Camballo.
I believe
Wow.
his first points of the ball game. But great cut, great pass. Give it to him.
No
They're
bigger,
up by one.
no bigger basket for Camballo, and the Washington faithful are feeling it. About 3 seconds differential for shot clock, so we can look for the one we want.
Colbeck resets the offense, guarded by Schramm over to Labrie. Labrie over to Skolten, finds Terhark. Good position.
Double down.
He's going to be
Absolutely.
fouled. We'll take it. And that's actually, to be honest
That's a
with
great
you,
foul.
that's a great foul by Thompson, not giving him anything, nothing real easy.
No, that was 2. That was 2 points, and that was he just flat out put 2 hands on there. Didn't get belligerent with it or anything like that. Just held him down. Wants Gavin to take it to them from the free throw line. He was 1 for 2 last time, Ken.
Terhark off on his, so now he is 1 for 3. Little composure here from the senior center, and there's going to be a timeout called, and that's going to be, I believe,
freeze.
a 30. No, it's going to be a full
timeout. Yeah, Coach Nelson's trying to put the freeze on. We've got a senior center out there. It's having a super night. I expect we'll position accordingly. Washington will get the ball back with 19.5 left and no shot clock. Fouls are irrelevant at this point. 8 for the Warriors, only 3 for the Lynx. So thankfully it doesn't come into a situation where you have to hack to try to get them to the free throw lines. It's not going to matter. Gavin's going to put one in here. We're going to play some defense. And Ken, I smell some free basketball tonight.
Yeah, I do too.
I smell
For some
OT.
reason, I hope that's the case.
Ken, you may have. I think you may have to call home and tell the kids we'll see you in the morning over some Cheerios.
Right.
Because I want to be here for a little while longer.
Right.
Let's get her done.
So the Lynx are going to draw something up defensively. I believe that's what Coach Deckert's doing here.
Would you assume that he's in there as a coach? You would assume he's in there. You're going to get the throw, and here's what we're going to do.
Right.
There's no anticipation. We will get the free throw.
And here's the other key, Chuck, is we have fouls to give. Remember, on the other side of the ball, we have fouls to give.
Foul all the way down.
Right, and so don't let them have anything free.
No free shots. If you can foul all the way down and put this thing into OT.
Right.
Good.
Terhark's going to go to the line as the starting 5 on the court for the Lynx coming out of the timeout. Skolten, Colbeck, Labrie, Terhark at the line, and Hilton. And he buries it. Tie ball game.
Now you should pick him up.
Camballo's going to drive it for the Warriors, guarded by Labrie. It's super noisy. And the
under
Jim.
10. I would foul there. I would foul there.
Schramm, Colbeck finds an opening.
Double dribble is the call.
Wow, that's a big call.
That's a big call. Double dribble on the point guard. 2.5 seconds for your Lynx. They're going to get a chance to take a shot.
Chuck, what you pointed out, though, it's going to come down to that point guard position. Williams going out of the ball game, and Camballo coming in the ball game. That's a big turnover for a guy that hasn't got a lot of time tonight, and that's a pressure situation.
Incredibly pressure-filled. And Camballo had a major up and under bucket for his first 2 points. Had a little bit of a challenge there with the ball. All of a sudden now, you got three-quarter court, 2.5 seconds. You're going to get a look. We're going to get a look.
So 2.5 seconds, like Chuck just said. We have a ball game, 51-51 in this battle, and it has been a battle.
How much fun is this, Ken? The gym, the Lynx den, it's electric. It's great.
I could barely hear you. I could barely hear myself when the defense came after Terhark buried that free throw to tie it. The whole this place lit up, and
Student
that's what it
section
needs
is
to do.
Noisy, fans on their feet, smelling some free BB. I like it.
Or if the Lynx are fortunate to grab a bucket, they call
I'll take a bucket now too. You know what? Send me home.
They're going to get it on the side here, I believe, with the timeout. They're going to, so it's not going to be under the bucket. They still have to go 3/4 away through this court.
Any surprise on who's taking the ball out of bounds for you?
Yeah.
No brainer.
The
quarterback, Thomas Skolten, inbounding.
And we'll see if they get it to Hilton or Labrie. They're trying to find Terhark. They don't find it. Labrie is going to fire a shot. It's going to be no good. And we're going into overtime, folks.
We're playing
on this big matchup between the Warriors and your Lynx. It's a 51-51 ball game.
14-9 was just quarter points there, and the Lynx tie it up.
I still believe,
goodness.
I mean, to be a really good basketball team, you need really good point guard play. And I still believe that's going to be a massive factor.
It's going to be a factor coming through here.
I was a big fan going into the fourth quarter of Williams. I thought he controlled the ball really, really well for the Warriors. He was a big factor. He had 9 points going out of the ball game. I'm not saying anything discrediting Caballo at all, but that's a big factor, and I believe what Coach Deckert's going to do, he's going to still go to Jackson Hilton at the top of the key. You may see a little bit of trying to run the offense through Terhark. We'll see.
I'm with just a small little breather. Ken, I think he's spot on. You're going to go to the guys bringing the points, Terhark, Hilton. You'll know almost immediately when they come out in an offensive set. If it clears 3 to one side to an overload, Jackson's going to shake, bake, and deliver.
But don't leave open Labrie. He can fire from the three.
He can bury it.
If you get lazy on him, he'll bury it from the three. We've seen that at the Pentagon against De La Salle. He had 5 threes. He's got 1 tonight. And Joe Colbeck with, we know, big shot Colbeck, what he did a few games ago, hitting that game winner on this court.
That's right.
So don't discredit anybody else on the court because we have some big-time ball players on this court tonight.
Our starters are back in. Washington's entire crew with Caballo playing the point. We take that tip. Jackson Hilton on the point. 51-51 here on Lynx TV. Fifth quarter.
Hilton from the point guard line. Whew. And he's down on the ground.
Yeah, he was going up to make some noise on that.
That was a big hit, and I'm telling you, Coach Deckard, you can see him over there. I can see his face. You can't, folks, at home, but he is not happy. That was a big time foul underneath. That was a big-time foul, and Jackson Hilton is going to come to his feet. He is limping a little bit, and you're going to have Aiden Lloyd come to the ball game for him. No fouls called on that one. So
I'm glad to see Jackson get up there. I stepped away for a second just to check a little bit with the AV guys, but now we're back. Glad to see him up off the court. I hope everything's all right. Who came in for us, Ken?
Aiden Lloyd's into the game for Hilton.
What did he say, 26 last game?
He did. He can hit some big shots also. Caballo's going to bring the ball up in this overtime period. He's guarded by Labrie. Finds Gilbertson. Gilbertson's deflected.
Absolutely.
Aiden Lloyd with a big.
It was a huge rebound for Lloyd. Shot was completely discombobulated by the play of Terhark. That was a designed play, just like this is a designed play. Oh, that's off the melon. Terhark was flailing out of bounds. He dropped that one off of Schramm's noggin. Hope he's okay.
Hilton back into the game for Lloyd as that was kind of a forced pass to force it into Terhark. We don't want to see that. Skolton's going to inbound the ball for the Lynx, and he's going to find Labrie. Labrie's going to reset the offense with 3:10 to go in this overtime period. Still 51-51, swings it over to Skolton.
Yeah,
over
we are trying to hit Terhark.
Hilton for 3, no good. Rebound by Schramm. He's going to push it. He's going to be guarded by Hilton. He's going to find Thompson. Caballo's going to reset the offense from the point guard position for the Warriors, guarded by Skolton.
2.5 left in this overtime period. We're halfway through it.
Schramm over to Thompson, resetting the offense with 15 seconds to go on the shot clock.
Oh, unforced error. Caballo looks away. Slips off his fingers. Lynx ball.
Yeah, Caballo comes in. That's going to be his second turnover in the short period of time he's been on the court. Colbeck brings the ball up for the Lynx, guarded by Schramm. Over to Labrie. Caballo with great defense on him. Finds Hilton. Hilton looks for the shot. No, doesn't have it. Finds Skolton into Terhark. No double team coming. He passes it out to Hilton, gets a screen from Terhark, and there's a drive, and it's a block.
Yeah, Camballo turned his body there. Did not take the pressure straight on, and I think that's who's going to get called on the foul. It is.
Hilton's grabbing his side a little bit. It looks like maybe a little bit of a midsection injury for him.
He pushed really hard on that play. He pushed incredibly hard.
Hilton from the line, no good. Still 51-51 ball game, 2:09 to go. Colbeck, the senior leadership, goes up to Hilton between those free throws, talks to him a little bit, maybe telling him just to relax a little bit, and it's no good.
No points this overtime so far, Ken, in the first 3 minutes. Jitters, I think, huh?
Yeah, Thompson with the rebound, goes over to Camballo, guarded by Labrie. Big pick by Thompson. Up to Schramm. He's going to find Gilbertson. Gilbertson with 2 points in this half. They've locked him down quite a bit in this second half. Over to Thompson. Thompson guarded by Terhark. Alters his shot as Terhark does a lot. It bounces around. Thompson's going to find the ball and grabs the rebound.
And a fresh 35.
Yep, resets the offense for the Warriors. Camballo over to Gilbertson. He's guarded by Colbeck.
Listen to that noise, Ken, that the crowd is excited for their lengths.
Over to Camballo. He drives. It's going to be a blocking foul on Skolton.
Still only team foul number 4, so it really doesn't affect much.
Yep.
Fresh shot clock, but and an out-of-bounds play for Washington. But
so we got 1:22 to go in this overtime. No points scored. Great defense on both sides in this overtime game. Gilbertson tries to find the baseline on Colbeck.
Nice job,
Colbeck shuts it down. Lloyd into the ball game for Hilton. Skolton.
19 left and a timeout for Coach Nelson, giving himself enough time to run a bit of an offense here. He can do a numerous passes and still get a good shot off before the happens.
18 seconds to go on the shot clock. Chuck and I just talked about it's a 51-51 ball game. Jackson Hilton and the Lynx had a chance to put points on the board from the free throw line.
Yep.
How important has these free throws been at the end of the fourth quarter when there was about a minute to go and Terhark was at the line?
Got 1 of 2.
Right, and right before that he went 1 of 2 too, so he was 2 for 4. And then Jackson Hilton comes up to the free throw line hurt.
True.
And goes 0 for 2. Free throws are huge right now, and you got to connect on those if you want to win these tight ball games.
There's just such a small margin for error. The unforced error for Camballo was pain. It didn't necessarily directly hurt Washington. Gratefully for them, but you hate to put so much pressure on. But doggone it, every little thing matters here right now. With 1 minute left in your overtime, 51s.
Camballo over to Thompson, guarded by Terhark. Terhark's been a defensive presence all night, and he does it again. Big block by Terhark on Thompson. And they're going to reset the offense. Colbeck, your point guard, and there's going to be another timeout. But that's going to be for the Lynx.
Yep.
As Coach Deckert wants to draw something up offensively, it's going to be a full timeout, I believe.
You got an opportunity here for a 2-for-1 if you can get a decent shot off, and that gives Washington obviously the ball back. Make bucket, they come down. We got a chance to have some time left on the clock to win this baby.
So 46.5 seconds to go with the ball game. Lynx are going to have 28 seconds on the shot clock. Let's see if they bury that clock a little bit, reset that offense. It'll be interesting because Jackson Hilton's back into the game now as Aiden Lloyd comes to the bench as in this timeout. It'll be interesting to see if Coach Deckert out of this timeout sets the ball up with Jackson Hilton at the point guard, a little bit of a clear out, or if they try to set up Terhark inside to put him at the free throw line or get the bucket.
It's been one of those 2 options. That's been the go-to offense. Labrie with the 3s as well. But I think, you're right. Option 1 and 2 are clear out for Hilton. or to the post to Terhark with some free throw chances.
And that's what Coach Nelson's doing on the other side in that huddle, is he's trying to try to get a defensive on those two things. Now, maybe Coach Decker just draws up a play for Joe Colbeck. Why not? Why not? They're not focusing on him.
No, not a bit. No, they're doubling down.
Yeah, why not?
Tripling down.
Why not slash to the bucket with him?
That's a really, really good point.
Labrie sets the offense for the Lynx. He's guarded by Camballo. Over to Joel Colbeck. Camballo closes in defense. Hilton at the top of the key. Over to Skolton. Tierhart goes to the top of the lane. Doesn't find him. Over to Joel Colbeck. 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. Over to Labrie. Labrie doesn't find anything. Don't force it. Don't force it. As Jackson Hilton does, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. And 16, and that's going to be an errant pass. Wow, what a roller coaster this is.
Yeah, that was not a great look for the Lynx. Hilton from about 20. Thomas Skolton got it kind of midair. It was blocked. Threw up a little something, which he was flailing to the floor. Washington gets it, got a chance to close it out, and throws a cross-court one-hopper out of bounds. And comes back to us, 13.9, no shot clock to worry about. Plenty of time to put one together.
So this is what it comes down to, folks at home, and you've watched a tremendous game, and hopefully Chuck and I have brought it to you as good as we can because it's been fast-paced and it's been amazing.
It's 9 fouls for the Warriors too, so a foul at all is free throws. If the coin were flipped, only 14 fouls on the Lynx. You could stop the ball and have another out of bounds. You could be very strategic on that. Washington does not have that cushion.
Coach Decker calls the full timeout here. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining in this 13.9 seconds to go. I shouldn't say in the game because so far in this overtime there hasn't been any scores.
No points.
But hopefully what happens here, Coach Decker draws up a great play. One of the playmakers for the Lynx comes up big, hits a shot, and we're all able to go home with a victory.
Win that quarter, 2 points. All you need is 2 to win the quarter. Let's do it. Let's go.
Yep, and it's like I said, and we've been reiterating all night, this is such a rivalry. We know on the football field and on the basketball courts and in volleyball, everywhere.
You name it.
Colbeck, Hilton's going to bring the ball up, guarded by Schramm. Look for a pick, doesn't have one. He's going to drive, and he throws one up. No good. Schramm's going to drive. He's got numbers. Over to Camballo. Camballo
wow.
Throws up a beyond NBA range. We're going to double overtime.
That was a great look for Camballo. That was a super shot off the back of the rim. Wow. From deep.
Wow, as you saw Jackson Hilton drive, great defense by the Warriors as they collapsed on him. No foul.
Nope.
He puts it up, rims off. You got a whole bunch of bodies on the floor. Schramm drives it, gets it over to Camballo. The clock's dying down to 1 second. Camballo fires it, almost hits it, and here we are in overtime number 2.
We're playing more free basketball. 4 more minutes. Foul's still an issue. Only 4 for your Lynx, 9 for the Warriors. That means free throws come quicker for us. And to what you've been commenting on, again, I personally am attacking the hoop and attacking the rim, trying to draw a couple more on their inside guys and shoot some throws. That's what I think.
Yeah, I agree with you. And the other thing is that, Jackson Hilton's playing hurt right now, and deserving so. It's been such a physical game. He's got 20 points. Somebody else needs to step up. Okay, somebody. If it's Colbeck, the senior, Labrie, the senior, Skolton, the senior, Terhark, the senior. He's stepped up big time in this ball game defensively too. Terhark's been a monster underneath on Thompson. He has differentiated nearly every shot that comes into the paint. Terhark controls.
And he wins another tip. I think that's 3 for 3 tonight.
Camballo is all over Labrie. Decker does not like it. as they're going to reset the offense with Skolton.
By getting that physicality out there, makes it difficult for us to get into the O.
Labrie trying to find Turhark. He does. No double team comes. He's going to grab his own rebound. No, he doesn't. And it's going to bounce off Thompson over to Schramm. Warrior ball.
It's a 4-minute overtime, and so I gave him 1 extra minute in the previous overtime. Not the case. Inside foul on Washington. They're going to call that on Thompson, I believe.
And that's going to be his
fourth. Yeah, that's going to start to play out here.
As the starting point guard's already on the bench for the Warriors in Williams with 5 fouls. Thompson picks up his 4th.
I'm going to Turhark right now.
Exactly. Labrie.
Cambalo with the body foul.
Labrie gets him off the dribble, and
here
they
comes your
finally call it.
Right. That physical play has been going on all night. They do make the call, and because that is the 10th foul, we're shooting 2.
And it's been a physical game, and the refs have done an amazing
job
because the pace of this game, it's hard.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being in their position, but it's just been physical and fast.
They've done a good job of covering each other. It's coming at them quickly. I'd be gassed. I'd be tired. Give me the oxygen. Nah, it's going. It's well done.
So if
Labrie,
if you take now we're not even going to look at that. Okay, so for the end of the last minute of the fourth quarter, overtime 1, and now overtime 2. The Lynx are 2 for 8 from the free throw line. That can't happen if you want to win ball games.
No, that last free throw did not grab the rim, and that's just not. I don't know if it got elbow got clicked or what, or tied. They're going to give a foul to Colbeck there. Oh.
So that's going to be Colbeck's. We'll see here. I believe his 3rd, and it's going to be his 3rd as Colbeck's going to pick that up. But it's going to put number 4, and that's going to be Dagan Schramm
shooting throws
to the line. He doesn't connect.
Still 0 points in overtime.
I don't think I've ever seen this, Chuck. I mean, I don't know if you have or not, but
it's been a long time. There's a lot of nerves. There's a lot of pressure and a lot of noise.
Schramm for a second free throw. No good. Both teams struggling to find a hoop.
It's just it's a state tournament atmosphere here.
It is.
It's a full house.
That's a great analogy there, Chuck. Great analogy.
You can feel it amped up. Full sweat. Heck, we're sweating up here, for goodness gracious.
Over to Labrie, guarded by Schramm, back over to Colbeck, guarded by Gilbertson. Gilbertson shuts down the lane. Over to Turhark. He's going to.
Oh, nice.
Great
Nicely
move.
done, Gavin.
Up and under by Turhark for his 19th point of the game and the first bucket in both these overtimes.
That was just a great second pivot from Turhark. Got his man in the air. Thompson flew by, and 2 for Turhark.
Thompson to Schramm. He drives. Now both teams are finding the bucket. It just becomes contagious all of a sudden.
There you go.
And now we'll have a whole bunch of buckets
now
or something.
With just a little under 2 minutes, just a little under 2 minutes left in your second overtime, a bucket apiece. 53s. And the noise is fantastic. Washington, they got a good group of kids over there. They're getting after it. I love it.
Colbeck over to Skolton, guarded by Cambalo, over to Hilton, guarded by Schramm. Looks for a pick from Turhark. He gets it. Doesn't find anything. Turhark drives. And they're going to call a charge. And that's going to be Turhark's 3rd foul. The crowd and Coach Deckert is on the court and doesn't like the call, but that's the way it goes. You're not going to change their mind, Coach, as the Warriors are going to bring the ball up with 1:20 to go in the ball game, 53-53.
Lace them up and play. Here we go. That's what we're doing. Let's play some defense. Just a little over 1 minute left in the fourth.
Schramm finds his brother good.
Oh, big 3-point bucket. Kemmer, Schramm, 5'10", senior, lefty.
And they're going to put the full court press on. The Lynx need to break it. Remember, they have 2 timeouts. Both teams have 2 timeouts in this overtime. Get it over the line. They do.
And we need the deal is you got to have a 3-pointer or 2 possessions. And with only 48.8 left, something to think about.
As a coach, this has to go through their mind right now is, do you go for the quick bucket, try for a 2 possession?
Yeah.
I almost do that. I don't force up a 3 because what happens if you miss that 3, the Warriors grab that rebound, they come back down the court, they score 2, say for instance.
Yep.
It becomes a 2-possession game.
And just not a lot of time to get those things accomplished.
Right, so
go for a quick,
it'll be
interesting. A quick shot here. Go for a quick bucket, a quick 2 to pull you back within 1, play some D, and come down and win it.
And your Lynx TV sponsors are is Justin Oakland of Oakland Homes.
Yes, he is.
Bill Thompson, your State Farm agent. Harry Buck with Hegg Realtors.
You betcha.
Alliance Communications, First National Bank of Brandon. The Pizza Ranch of Brandon, the Brandon Community Foundation, the Brandon Valley Journal, Brandon Taco John's, the Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce, the Brandon Valley Athletics Boosters Club, and Sioux Valley Energy. We're able to bring this exciting double overtime game to you because of them.
You know what? I think they're playing some of Coach Siliuson's personal music here off his iPad. It sounds like House of Pain, Jump. I'm not sure if that's what it was, but it was screaming mid-90s, and you know Coach Siliuson had the tunes back then. All right, let's do it.
Lloyd into the ball game we know he can shoot the 3. Skolton on the bench. Colbeck, Labrie, Lloyd. They're going to go for the 3. They're taking a lot of this clock down as Turhark's going to go underneath. He's not going to connect. Thompson with a huge rebound. Now, are they going to call? So they didn't call a jump ball. They called a foul.
No, they called a foul on Aiden Lloyd.
Now things get interesting, folks. 30.4 seconds to go. Warriors up by 3. Both teams have not been good from the free throw line, but I keep on reiterating, and you do too, Chuck, that the Lynx, for some reason, went and all season they've been really good from the free throw line. But for some reason,
we got a little icy.
2 for 8. Like we said, that's not going to win you many ball games when we're really tight and overtime ball.
It's a difference maker right now. It certainly as we reflect on things that we coaching moments. There's some great things going on tonight. That might be one that we can work on and draw from. Season is long. We got a ways to go yet. 40% of the season. We're going to see this team again, but it's not done yet tonight.
Thompson for the free throw line for the Warriors. It's loud, but he connects. Makes it a 2-possession game. Lynx are going to have to hurry coming down the court with 30 seconds to go.
Same thing that we talked about previously with 48 seconds. Ken, get the quick 2 points and D up.
Thompson connects on his second one. That's the difference in the ball game right now, his free throws. Hilton pushes the ball up, guarded by Schramm. He breaks it. He kicks it out to Labrie. Labrie for 3, but he's fouled. No good, but that's a
huge 3-point. That's a foul on a 3-pointer.
Yeah, that's a big foul because you got 22.1 seconds to go. Labrie connects on all 3. You got a 1-possession game, a 2-point game. He's got to connect the first, and he doesn't.
Yeah, Camballo unwisely fouled on 3 there. Got to make all 3. It may end up being smarter if we're 0 for 2 on the free throw, so maybe it is.
The Lynx now 2 for 10, if my calculations are right, from the end of the fourth quarter in these 2 overtime games. Labrie 0 for 3 on that possession, but Turhark with a big.
The back.
So are they going to call a foul on Turhark, Chuck?
Yeah, they got Turhark over the back.
Coach Deckert he is way out of the coaching box and deserving so. I didn't see a foul there, Chuck, and Turhark had a pretty clear rebound there. He got position. He split them both. There was no real foul there, but they call it, and Thompson's going to go back to the line.
And the patience level of all people involved is shining through. We're going to try to keep it on the court and away from the distractions. Another free throw is good. 6-point lead now for the Warriors.
The difference here
Is the throw.
is so
The free
much
throws.
the free throws. Some people don't understand that how important those, they call them free for a reason.
That's right.
And he
Another
connects. He is 4 for 4 in the last 20-some seconds.
4 for 4 and a 3-point ball from Schramm are the differences here in the second overtime. Blocking foul on Kemmer Schramm. Clock is stopped with 15.2. Lynx down 7. He'll shoot some. Jackson Hilton will shoot free throws.
You got to connect them if you want a chance here, down by 7. 15 seconds to go. 1 timeout remaining for the Lynx, 2 for the Warriors.
First throw is good for Hilton. 21 points.
21 points, and we talked about he went to the bench after that big collision underneath the basket, and he's going to connect.
Yeah, he's got his legs back underneath him. He's up to 22.
There's a quick foul by Terhark.
Had to do her.
13 and a half seconds, 5-point ball game. The way the free throws have been going, who knows on the other side of the court if they're going to bury him or not. But Skolton's going to come back into the ball game for the Lynx.
Yeah, Terhark's going to foul out with 19 points. Just a fantastic game for him. Defensive presence was clearly unmatched tonight. He was the top defender on the court tonight and making shot changes, rebounds, jump balls. Nice night for Gavin.
19 points for him. You talked about the blocks, big rebounds. He had a really good game tonight. Schramm's going to connect. He's going to make it a 6-point ball game, and that's going to be number 2, Kemmer Schramm, the senior guard for the Warriors.
He's crept up to 5, 7.8. They gave the points there to number 4, but that was actually for number 2.
Skolton breaks the press over to Labrie. Labrie's going to shoot the
Good look.
three. No good. Gilbertson with the rebound. 6 seconds to go. And a 7-point ball game.
Right. That was a foul on Thomas Skolton there on the missed shot, and the Lynx are going to substitute in.
And that's probably going to do it here. What a ball game, though. What a ball game we had.
It's
have had. I should say. I shouldn't say had because it's not over.
No, we've had a great game. Outstanding fan support for both teams. Just tough play from both spots. And another free throw, by the way, for Gilbertson. So,
and here's the thing. And you can't blame coaching. You can't blame refs. You can't blame any of that. You got to connect from the free throw line. You just have to. That's the key to the ball game.
I think that we'll shoot some throws. I don't know any more yet tonight, but tomorrow at practice we'll take some chance to put a few in.
And they're going to connect. Gilbertson connects both of them. It is a 9-point ball game.
Not a 9-point, much closer. Lloyd with a 3-pointer at the buzzer. And it was much closer than the score indicates. However, free throws were the game at the end for Washington.
What a ball game we had tonight in this 11 AA matchup as your Lynx fall. And I don't know for certain, but that might be their first loss of the season on this court. And you got to take that to heart. These kids have to, because you got to always protect your home court.
Right.
And you got to match teams. But I'm telling you, that Washington team is no slouch.
Absolutely
Their record
not.
doesn't even come close to what they did tonight.
No, that's exactly right. And you'll see that all sort of shake out. Their strength of schedule is there, and it's apparent. They'll move up. Third loss of the season for the Lynx. That goes with a loss to Yankton and a loss to Watertown. So we regroup. We play again Friday night, right, Ken?
We do, and we'll be back with Lynx TV. We appreciate everybody tuning in on Alliance Channel 226 and on YouTube on Lynx TV. For Chuck, this is Ken, and you guys have a great night and a great rest of the week. We'll see you back on Friday.
Thanks so much.